We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Hi, I'm Suzy Prudden, and welcome to the best of LA Live on LA Talk Live, where we're more than just talk. I have a super guest for you. I think that Jacki is not only the best of LA, she's probably the best in the world. And I can't explain to you what she does. I've worked with Jacki as a client, and I know many of her clients. She is also a good friend, and I am amazed, totally amazed at how profound her work is. So, Jacki, I'm going to give the floor to you, so to speak, and let you tell our audience why you truly are the best of LA or the best in the world.
Well, thank you very much, Suzy. When you say the best of LA or the best in the world, and what we're talking about here is I am a psychic medium, but I want to say that the work that I do is a little different than most psychic mediums.
Yes.
I was born with it. So basically, when I was a small child, I had dead people in my room. It started with my great-grandfather. Now, when I was 12, I shut this down. I didn't want to be weird, and I didn't want to be different, even though I always had it. I could kind of tune into things, hear things, see things, feel things.
I'm going to stop you for just a minute and make sure that you hold the mic close.
Oh, okay, sure.
Thank you.
There it is. Okay, great. So I would sense things, feel things, hear things that other people didn't hear or see or feel. And I would get information. And sometimes I would blurt things out and so on when I was a kid. So about 12 years old, I shut this all down because I didn't want to be different. And as a teenager, you usually don't. You want to fit in. Then I worked in corporate for 12 years.
I love that. Dun & Bradstreet.
I worked for Dun & Bradstreet for 12 years in corporate management. And after that career transition, I sort of delved back into the spiritual. And I had been meditating. I've been meditating for over 20 years. And I always ask people, do you meditate? To me, it's the most important thing we can do for ourselves. Anyway.
I want to stop you there for just 1 second because not everybody knows how to meditate.
Right.
And there are many, many different forms of meditation. Ironing is a form of, seriously, ironing is a form of meditation because you basically go into a zone. But so a lot of people are afraid of that word. So meditation is sometimes just letting your mind get quiet.
Quieting the mind, quieting the monkey mind or the chatter in the mind. Right. Absolutely, that's the aim of meditation. And no, you don't have to sit in the lotus position to do it. But the more that you can drop out of the chatter in the mind and drop into who you are, the more deep a meditation can be. Anyway, the way I learned how to meditate was by listening to a tape. I started with a tape back in the day. A meditation tape, and I learned that way. And of course, I started meditating for stress. I was in corporate.
That's very important because as you can use stress to move you forward, but also stress can cause disease. And
absolutely,
it is actually one of the causes for disease.
Absolutely.
So that was a very wise thing to do.
Right. I'm stressed. What do I do? Meditate. Okay. But then, because of my gifts, crazy things started to happen. In other words, people were coming into my room again, and they would ask me to do things for them and, heal relationships and tell someone I said hi and all kinds of things. Right? Yeah. Tell someone I said hi. Okay. So.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. No one ever came in and said, hey, the money's under the tree in the backyard. I'm still waiting for that one. Hasn't happened yet. But anyway.
But you put it out there.
I do, of course. Anyway, so.
Would you tell them to tell me too?
Yeah. The phones are lighting up. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, what I did learn, though, was how to use this in a practical way. And what I do now is I help people heal old emotional trauma and limiting beliefs. And these are the little beliefs that, well, they're little in a sense of when we create them for ourselves, but they still sometimes impact our daily lives. And let me give you just a couple examples. Oprah Winfrey had a limiting personal belief, I'm ugly. Okay. She had a belief that's based on, she talks about this on her show. It was based on her auntie came up. She was in the baby carriage and the auntie made a face at her like, blah, 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 blah. And she internalized in that moment, in a split second, I must be ugly. I must be so ugly for my auntie to make this face at me. And we know in life she's had every success imaginable, but she still carries a little bit of body image issues based on this root belief, I'm ugly. Whitney Houston, not good enough. I'm not good enough. No, this woman was arguably one of the best singers in the world and struggled till the day she died with her level of talent. So what we do is we find the root cause of this old belief, this little string, this little misconception, because obviously Oprah isn't ugly and Whitney was great, right?
Yes.
We find that kernel and we work to release that, and we change the programming of our minds and our beings. Really, we're energetic beings. We hold on to these things. You know, cellular memory in the body.
You do it on a really deep level.
I do.
You do it on a really deep level, and it is profound, because after the session that I've had 2 sessions with you. I think it's like I have to just be very quiet for a little while, because it's almost as if I can feel everything shifting on a cellular level.
Yes. And that's the goal. That is the goal.
Yeah.
Yes.
You do want to shift on a cellular level, because as you shift those beliefs, you do shift your life.
We're lighthouses. I always explain that we're little lighthouses. We're comprised of energy, and energy contains information. We're always beeping out a frequency or a signal, if you will. And how the universe really works, if you study physics and energy, is something answers that frequency, something answers that. And that's how the law of attraction really works. We put something out there, it bounces around, it finds a match, and the match comes back, and boom, you're creating your own reality. And sometimes, most of the time, we're doing it on an unconscious level.
That's why I say every thought you have has a physiological response inside as well as outside, because that thought goes in and creates a neurochemical release in your body.
Absolutely.
And it goes out to find the matching signal that will then come to you.
If a woman has a signal, men are bad, she will find a man who will either treat her bad or act badly. It's just how it works.
Right.
Once she clears the men are bad or all men are bad, usually they're pretty black and white, these little pesky beliefs. All men are bad. She'll attract that into her, and she'll keep saying, why do I keep attracting, why am I a bum magnet? You know, why do I keep attracting these guys? Because somewhere, somehow, at some point, she made a decision, and it's usually quick and it's usually unconscious.
And it's usually when you're little.
Oh, it's always when we're little.
You know, when I hear people say, I can't afford it, I say, don't say that.
Right.
I don't care what just don't say, because
and that
your
was
word is
your
your
parents,
wand.
right? We have so much conditioning around us. At any given moment, as a child, we're making those decisions.
Right.
And then we wonder what's going on in our life.
We not only make those decisions as a child, but we make those decisions even before we're born.
We do. Yes, we do.
And because first of all, we're in our mother's bodies from the moment our mothers are born.
Right.
So we get to live their belief system until we're born, and then from the inside, and then we get to experience their belief systems plus everybody else's belief systems once we're born on the outside.
Right. And, to synthesize all that or filter that, where we make the choices and decisions is really the essence of our soul's purpose. This is why we've come. It's what we're here to learn and what we're here to heal. So that's why we have resonance with certain belief systems, and we don't understand other people's, because they're not I mean, they're the ones that are determined precisely for us. And when I say determined, I mean we chose them.
Right. Well, I agree with you, and I said it too. And when I'm speaking, every single person in your life that comes into your life, you've contracted with to either teach you something that you would rather not learn but must learn, or to give you something that you want that you contact. I mean, your greatest enemy is probably your best friend on the other side, because they're willing to be a monster to you on this side.
And isn't that a beautiful philosophy when we really look at that and we start to believe that the universe is comprised of love?
Exactly.
And no matter what the contrary looks like, and no matter how much fear there seems to be, and no matter how much depression, darkness, and whatever you want to call it, if we can start to believe that the universe is really comprised of love, we can start to be that love that we really came here to be.
And always find the gift in every situation, which is not necessarily easy.
No. No, it's not always easy. But again, once we have the gift, we have the lesson.
Yeah.
And then we find in the true growth sense, we're not making the same mistakes over and over.
Right.
We're off the hamster wheel.
That particular hamster wheel.
Then we get a new wheel.
Right.
It's like, oh, you think you're so smart? Figure this one out.
Yeah.
Okay.
and then there are some times when it gets so challenging. I say, oh, God, then I'll hear, God only gives you what you can handle. And I think sometimes I wish I weren't quite so strong.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, well, we know each other's
Yeah.
journeys, and they're not, another thing is that we don't know anybody else's journey. And so we just have to honor everybody for where they are and what they're going through, and not try and fix anybody. You don't fix anybody.
Right.
And that's the brilliance of it, is that you go into a place where the person can actually realign themselves through the questions that you ask.
Yes. I'm leading them on their own self-discovery.
Right.
I'm not putting words in their mouths or even in this way talking about, the larger picture. It really is about what was that experience and what did it mean to them and why did they make that decision?
And again, once you get that decision and you realize that's just a decision, I can change it.
Well, and get the full picture. Because again, when we're viewing something that happened in the past, we have a one-dimensional view of it. We have one dimension.
Right.
And of course, when you look at something from a distance, you can see the whole picture.
Right.
And a lot of times with my clients, I find they've made a decision. Yes, it's incorrect. But it was correct at the time. In other words, what they were saying to their family or what they were saying to themselves was true. But it wasn't interpreted properly by the other people around them.
Right.
For example, I had a client who they moved to a new school district. He was, 8, 10, something like that. And it was a tough school. And he kept going home crying. I'm not happy at this school, and his parents wouldn't take action. So he just internalized that he was a wimp. And his whole life he thought he was a wimp. When the truth was he was at a tough school. He needed help,
Right.
So it's that. It's finding those fine points and really switching that belief. Just changing your thoughts, but changing them at that deep unconscious level.
That deep unconscious root level and on the cellular level.
Yes.
So that you stop transmitting that.
Exactly.
And tell people how they can get in touch with you.
My website is www.goddessforums.com. I work out of Los Angeles and Orange County.
Do you work on the telephone?
I do telephone work as well. Yes.
And can people call you?
Yes, they can. Send me a signal. No, 310-498-6391.
Say it again. I was interrupting you.
310-498-6391.
And you can always contact me at suzyprudden.com or at my office, 310-640-8885. And Jacki, say just something that people can take away with them that would benefit them today.
Everything is not always as it seems.
That is very true. That is true.
We never know what's going on behind the scenes.
Right.
Yeah.
We never, never know. And what I've learned is sometimes my most difficult challenges have led me to my greatest opportunities.
The darker the storm clouds, the more intense the rainbow.
This is true. We're saying it sounds like
silly, airy, fairy stuff. Oh no,
but it's true. It's true. I remember one experience that was so devastating to me, and I said to myself when I was trying to recover from it, you asked for an angel, and that's who showed up. That must be your angel. What's the gift?
Right.
And then I started going over the situation, finding one gift after another gift after another gift. I swear my life changed in that moment.
And if that angel has horns, look closer.
The angel does have horns. I don't happen to like this particular angel,
look
but
closer.
He's doing his job.
Right, exactly.
And so are we,
exactly.
And so are you. So I'm really glad. Thank you, Jacki, for being here.
Thank you.
One more time, your phone number?
310-498-6391.
Give her a call. She's a genius. And thank you for being here with me, Suzy Prudden, on the Best of LA Live on LA Talk Live, where we're more than just talk. See you next time. And so...
Choices in Internet Radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the Internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk. know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Oh, your skin looks great.
Thank you.